I'm Spencer Dickey, and today I am presenting on behalf of my group version 1.0. Our group consists of myself, who acted as the database engineer, Shadeja Drigo, our front end developer, Rowan Drake and Ethan Farah, our back end developers, and Shantae Monson, our project manager. As a group, we designed a dual component system consisting of a customer facing portal and a staff facing portal. Together, each of these components will come together to form the Byte Pizza order and delivery application. At this stage in our developmental process, we've fully implemented the customer facing component of our system, while the staff facing component is planned for future release. The process of deciding upon our tech stack was probably the lengthiest stage of planning and greatest challenge that our team faced while designing the system. After many changes and great consideration of the constraints, we landed upon creating a WPF Blazor hybrid desktop application. We decided upon this architectural model for our prototype to satisfy the client's need for an offline application while providing a product that could be easily converted to a production-ready web app once the client establishes their network architecture. Another selling point of the stack was that it is primarily comprised of established Microsoft technologies. Because of this, my team was able to utilize the wealth of official Microsoft support tools, which have not only supported our development process thus far, but will ensure long-term support and maintainability of the Byte Pizza application. The tech stack we decided to use consists of a Net 8.0 WPF host framework, a ASP.NET Core with Blazor UI component framework. For our database, we use SQLite with Entity Framework Core. Our web technologies consist of HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap CDN. And the programming language we chose was C#. So, as you can see in this middle image, this is a description of how our application connects. So the Byte Pizza order and delivery application follows an N-tier architectural style, which provides clear separation of concerns and a simple pathway to web-based conversion. So like I said, here we can see how data flows through each layer. When the user makes a request from the UI, the request is then delivered to the business logic layer, where the interfaces access the implementation services to call upon the fluid APIs within our repository. Next, our data access layer is utilized to gain access to the data persistence layer. The fetch data is then mapped upwards to the entity models, processed in the service layer, and used to drive UI behavior. So as we take a look at the code that we used here at Visual Studios, we're going to start with the UI layer. As we take a look at landing.razor, this is delivered with HTML and C#. Landing.razor page is the entry point of the Byte Pizza application, implementing modal style, interactive pop-ups, and navigation between each feature. This component orchestrates state management and authentication for most of our app features, including sign-up, login, profile, and cart. Additionally, as a bridge between the layers of our application, we utilize dependency injection within our glue code to access services without adding business logic directly into the UI. So, as you can see, cart, login pop-up. This is all HTML, sign up pop-up. As we get down to here, this is where C# is implemented. This is our login. Submit login. Log out, profile cart, go to checkout, sign up. And then as we move on to Order Builder, following the design style of landing.razor, orderbuilder.razor employs dependency injection for service use. C# glue code is utilized here as well for shared state management across all order building and pricing features. Landing.razor and orderbuilder.razor illustrate an understanding of how each page has scoped CSS styling, including fonts, colors, buttons, overlays, etc. Builder, I guess HTTP. So now we get into the C#. To toppings, prices, checkout, etc. So now we're going to move over to the business layer, which includes our implementations and our interfaces. So starting with the interfaces, each of our services are considered contracts which define what operations our business layer must provide, highlighting the modularity of our layered interface-driven design. Each interface is scoped to exactly one domain concern. Here, see, iCustomer Service handles authentication and customer state management. See here. Order Service orchestrates order creation, persistence, and the computation of order totals. And then iMenu Service provides menu data retrieval and pricing calculations. Now we can move over to our implementations. Each service implementation encapsulates business logic and data access operations. Our application DB context is injected into these services to utilize data that is abstracted from the UI layer. So each of these services defines how our business logic will be carried out. Therefore, they implement each of the methods exactly as defined in our interface service contracts. Look at these. As we take a look at these, see how each implementation is mapped one-to-one to each interface. Look at menu service. Service is one-to-one. And then we'll go over a brief explanation of these supporting files: app.xml, assembly info, Blazor root app. These are basically just used to wire up the hybrid environment, bringing Blazor components into the WPF WebView 2. Now, we will take a look at our database. So, as mentioned earlier, our data is driven by SQLite with Entity Framework Core. For the sake of delivering this prototype seamlessly, we opted to create a completely self-contained application with the ability to run independent of external infrastructure. Because SQLite is an embedded database, we found this to be the best choice based upon the requirements. Here are our entities: customer, drink order, menu item, order, and pizza order. So we'll start with customer. This is linked to the order entity. Let's see here. Customer ID is a foreign key. And you can also see how the order entity has a relationship with almost every other model. Customer, pizza order, drink order, etc. So we move. This is pizza order. Structure we decided to use for the menu item entity allows for seamless price calculations when building new orders. And drink order entity. Now we're going to move to our data file. We're going to start with our seed data. See, we have a couple of default customers here, test users. Pizza sizes, crust options, topping sauces, drinks. So now we're going to move over to our DB browser. As you can see, our test users, test customers, are seeded by default into the database. See, drink orders is empty. Menu items are filled with sizes, crust options, toppings, sauces, and drinks. The orders is empty, and the pizza orders is empty. So now I'm going to run our program, and we will come back to the DB browser to show how it is filled with new information as we add customers and create new orders. So before I do that, I want to talk really quickly about the staff-facing portion. So this is the staff-facing side of our application that will be implemented later in its life. which is our staff login. So we have different accessibility for cashiers, cooks, and administration. So the cashier can see their personal sales, their active orders, and their completed orders. The cook can basically only see orders, active orders, orders that are ready. Our admin can see the full scope of the store's daily revenue, the total active orders, the total completed orders, any recent orders. They have full access to all of the business data. Again, the sales, they can track how much of each item they sell, toppings, drinks, food. Then obviously they can see a chart of the sales month over month. So administration has the ability to create orders as well. Here's the menu where they can make orders. And then here are two separate admin pages. One showing that the address is in the delivery range. You can see there. And then one showing when the delivery address is out of range. So as you can see, if the address is in range, we can proceed to order screen. If it is out of range, nothing happens. It's not possible to deliver. And then as we go here again, admin has access to everything. So they can see active orders, they can see their status, they can see any completed orders. They can mark orders as complete. They can fully go in and pretty much edit anything and everything. They have full access to the system. They can also cancel orders like you see here. And they can also add new customers, add new staff. They can delete customer information. They can also delete staff information. And cashier also has the ability to manage customers. They just do not have the ability to manage staff like administration does, as you can see here. So that is our staff-facing part of the application that will be implemented in the future. So now we are going to run the program. This is our intro page. Okay, sorry. Okay, so main page, as you can see here, we can view the menu, toppings, different size pizzas, crust options, sauce options, sides, drinks. So we can order delivery, we can order pickup, we can just simply go to order now. Here you can sign in to your profile. Here you can see your cart and check out. So going to place a new order, and immediately, obviously I'm not logged in. So before placing an order, asks you to login page pops up. So I am going to create a new profile. Let's just name it. Just use my name. I'm going to use I can use my phone number. That's okay. Let's just do East Avenue to create my password. Okay. And we are going to sign up. And as you can see, my account was created successfully. Now I will sign in with my phone number and my password. And takes us immediately to the order page. So we'll do a mega pizza. We'll do hand toss. I like red sauce. Let's do pepperoni and Parmesan. Okay. So I have my options selected. I just want to add one of these pizzas. And we will take a medium soda. Let's add that to cart. As you can see, pizza total and then our drink total. So we'll check out. Pick up. Stab. Leave it door. Okay. There's our order confirmation. You pick up the date, the time, our order, subtotal, tax. Everything's there. So there's our receipt. That. And now we will go back to our DB browser. And as you can see, our customers table has updated with the information that I used to create a new profile. Our drink orders is updated since I ordered a medium fountain drink, only one. Drink order price is there. And we have a new order. As you can see, it gives a subtotal, tax total, order status is pending, gives the order type, pickup, the date, and it links the customer. The customer ID is 4. And then we have a new pizza order. Size I chose, hand toss, red sauce, pepperoni and cheese. One pizza, $16.99.